What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ask Lover number 8. Today we have about 5 questions, some pretty good questions, and I've been like putting this video off for a while, and it is 11:12 on Sunday, so this video will be up hopefully from 4 hours from when I record it. But look, I've been putting it off because I'm like, my voice sounds weird because I'm still super stuffy from being sick. Luckily, I no longer feel sick, but my voice still sounds weird, so sorry, it's probably gonna sound like I'm dying, but deep down, I'm okay. Just on the surface, I might look like I'm dying. So, we're gonna start this one off. I love these Ask Lover videos because I just think it's cool. Like, it's a good way for me to practice talking to a camera like this, because this is where I hope that I'll be one day. And then on the other hand, it's also pretty cool because some of you guys have like really cool questions. So like, it's awesome to answer them for you. So if you do want to be in next week's video, all you have to do is say hashtag Ask Lover, like one word, and that way when I search it in my comments, it'll just come right up and bring all the Ask Lovers, and then I just pick them that way. So ask me a good question, nice and juicy question. That's what I always want. A good, you know, a good cantaloupe, a watermelon, like a pineapple, that kind of juice. That's what we're asking for here. So I don't know really what that means at all. So let's start it off. You guys see that I'm like tripping over my words here big time? No idea why it's happening. Number 1, we got the Sphinx. He says, hashtag Ask Lover, what's your favorite thing in life? I like this question because it's so freaking broad. Like, what? I like everything. But my favorite thing in life, this one actually came to me pretty quickly when I was thinking about it. There's this feeling I get in the morning. Like, you guys know that feeling when you're like super happy. Like maybe like, I don't know, maybe your crush talks to you, or like you get something you really wanted. Like you just feel super happy. Like for me, a lot of times it'll happen, it's weird, but I drink coffee in the mornings, and like the coffee gets me on this mood for the day where I'm like, yes, I feel so good right now. So my favorite thing in the entire world, like not counting people, not counting animals, nothing like that, would be that feeling you get when you're just like pure happiness. Like you're not angry, you're not stressed, you're just like, life is good. Like sometimes you'll get it like you're hanging out on vacation, you have nothing bothering you, it's like stress-free. But for me, I've noticed it at work. It's around 8:30 to 9 in the morning, right when my coffee kicks in. There's like this 30-minute to an hour window of just like, I'm purely relaxed, like nothing's bothering me. I can get like my whole day's work done in that hour. Like it's amazing. And then eventually it fades, and by 3 o'clock I'm sad and tired, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to work out later, but I need to sleep too. But that's my favorite thing. I love it. I love that feeling so much. I think it is the greatest thing ever. Some of you know what I'm talking about, others you may not, but eventually, hopefully you do. Just why, he says, Ask Lover, do you ever get bothered by what people think of you? Well, I used to. It used to bother me a lot. Like back when I was like a little kid, that was probably the most important thing to me in the world. Like someone would come up to me, they'd be like, oh, Zach, you're whatever, stupid. I don't know, something dumb like that. And I'd like go home and I'd be like, I am stupid. What? I am stupid, and like freak out about it. And then, I don't know, I mean, I guess college hit, high school maybe, and you kind of grow up and realize it doesn't really matter. But if I cared what people thought of me, I would not be making YouTube videos. I mean, I think, what, 2.8 million people have probably seen my face. I mean, that's how many views I have. Some of those are repeat views, so let's just say even 1 million people have seen my face. So 1 million people have the opportunity to judge me, and I don't know, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I think one thing that I realized, and you guys will actually, if you watch my video on Monday on my vlog channel, I'll kind of talk about how I got over it. A really cool technique that a lot of people use to just not care. Like, people don't really, I don't know, I feel like people don't really think you're as important in their life as you may think you are. Like, if that makes sense. Like, if you're walking down the street and you feel like you're weird looking or something, like, people are gonna look at you, they're gonna be like, yeah, that guy does look weird, and then walk on and never think of you again. Like, I don't know, I just think it doesn't matter. What people think of you doesn't matter at all. As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter. Niker19 says, what advice do you have for a starting YouTuber? YouTube is really, really hard, in my opinion, to get into. Like, maybe not to get into, but to like be successful with, because not only is there a lot of competition, there's a lot of talent out there, like a lot of naturally talented people. And so like, I'm probably not a natural at this. I gotta push myself to be better at it. So I've been going for a year now, and I've learned a lot of things. But the number 1 tips I could give you: number 1, learn as much as you can about SEO. Number 2, learn as much as you can about making good thumbnails. And number 3, if your content is not good, you will not grow. And so like, that's the most basic stuff. If you make good content, people will come. If people aren't coming, it is you. It's not YouTube. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. People think that YouTube is trying to screw them over in the algorithm and stuff. But in the end, if your content's not good, people aren't gonna watch it. So you should be really critical of your stuff. I mean, don't like convince yourself it sucks every day, but you need to look at your stuff, have friends review it, give you feedback if you're serious about it. You can post it online in places where you get reviews and feedback. I mean, sometimes feedback is hurtful when people say like your whole video is horrible. But I think every single day, almost every single day since I started, I've gotten some form of, your YouTube channel is dead, or you're the worst tuber, or please quit, or whatever, something like that. And so as long as you can ignore those people, people will always tell you you can't do it because probably they failed and they want everyone else around them to fail, because if they failed and see someone succeed, it bothers them a lot. And so that's kind of what happens. But really, if you just keep practicing and just improving, then you'll probably be fairly successful. P Nasty 187 says, when do you think you'll hit 50,000 subscribers? And so I have some really, really ambitious goals for my channel. So I was hoping to hit 100,000 in July. Not gonna happen now. And basically I'm doing some big changes to this channel and putting a lot more effort into my second channel. And so I am expecting growth to slow for quite a bit, maybe a month or two, maybe longer, as I transition into new games and different content and try to learn a lot of different things. Like I kind of stalled, like I shot up, I plateaued, and then I grew a little bit. And so I'm at this point now where I feel like I need to start learning a lot. So I spend about an hour every single night basically watching videos on better ways to edit, better ways to commentate, all that good stuff. So if I had to give you a date, I would say hopefully by the end of the year I'll see pretty big growth. I'm thinking October, November, I'll probably shoot up again, but that just depends on if I get a good game that sticks or something like that. So we'll see. Finally, we have a question from James Rogers, who just asked, what's the most embarrassing moment that's ever happened to me? So like I have a lot of moments where like I'll be laying in bed, it's like 10:30, I'm about to go to sleep, and then suddenly I remember something that happened 20 years ago when I was like 2 years old. And I'll remember that, and then I'll just start cringing in my bed, and I'll start freaking out about it. And then I just think about it for the next hour. Or maybe I'll be like walking to my car to go to work, and then suddenly I'll get hit with that thing I did in high school, and then for the entire day, that's all I think about. So I mean, we all probably do have so many of those moments where we're just like, what the heck was I thinking? Why did that happen? Like I'm the worst human being ever. So I think about those all the time, but like I'm trying to think of one that stands out to me, and there are just so many things I did that were weird and cringy and embarrassing. I really can't think of one that like stands out right now. I'm sure it'll come to me and I'll bring it up later. But like the most common one I can think of is like someone waves at you and then you wave back, but they're actually waving at the person right behind you, and you're just like, oh crap. And then like you just like your chest burns and you're like, that was a little embarrassing, and you just walk it off. I get those pretty frequently. I feel like more than the normal person does. And so I would say like just as a frequency basis, you factor that in. It's got to be like someone waves at you, you wave back, and it's like the dude behind you, and you're like, oh, okay. All right, guys, that's what we got for Ask Lover this week. 5 good questions, 5 probably not that good answers. I don't know. I can't really tell how good they sound because my nose is so stuffy right now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to spread the love, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And don't forget, check out the vlog channel. Please, I want some feedback on that video tomorrow on my vlog channel. I put a lot of effort into it. I want to see what people think of it.